On Lewa Wildlife Conservancy, there has been no poaching incidences since the Conservancy was established. I believe the main reason for that is the very strong presence of security on the Conservancy. Like I said earlier on, over 120 men, and 19 of those are armed with automatic weapons. It actually acts as a very large deterrent. However, outside the boundaries, there is a lot of illegal poaching, in particular elephant. Where there's a lot of weapons, which there are to the north of Lewa, that means there's definitely the possibility for poaching activity. Not only for the possibility of poached rhino, but elephant, and we've seen that it's quite a common practice.
I've got a bee in my bonnet about extinction. I don't think it's right that human beings should drive other species to extinction. And I think in the case of the black rhino, this is an animal that's been on this planet for 40 million years. It is totally adapted to everything the planet can throw at it, but it's not adapted to our refined methods of killing it. And it's being killed not because it's occupying land that humans need to raise food. It's not being killed because people want to eat it. It's being killed because the horn on the end of its nose is basically being used as a currency. Sheer, plain human greed and no other reason, and this is utterly disgraceful.
When Anna Mertz arrived here in 1983, she had seen what the situation with rhino was in the country, and it was her that really pioneered the specific, dedicated, focused protection of black rhino, and she pioneered that on Lewa. We're off to ear notch a black rhino, and we've got all the teams briefed as to what animals we're looking for. The research department have given us which animals. We bring in the KWS vet. We have a little booklet which essentially identifies what ear notch we want to put on that animal.
Well. Go ahead. Rhino distance from us? Still about 100 yards. Roger, got it. Okay, it's moving fast again, up the side of the lugger.
So the point of ear notching was to put as unintrusive identification as possible on each individual animal, so that our teams in the field can recognise them. If somebody's missing, we need to know that animal is missing. He can't afford to be missing for 6 weeks or 2 months. If he's away and out of sight for 2 weeks, we've got a real problem, and he's either left the Conservancy or he's been poached. When we started the sanctuary, government clearly said to us, you will not get black rhino. They're government property and we're not going to put them on private land. That changed very quickly when we had the facilities to look after black rhino. We were given authority to bring in rhino outside of the protected areas that we could find in northern Kenya. Really, with the success of our protection of wildlife here and the increase in numbers, we've been able to strategically use wildlife to give to rhino to a national park, and it's really been a conservation card for us in real terms of moving animals, both to boost that population but also to bring in external support and leverage from other parties. The placing of transmitters in their horns, essentially I want to muddy the waters as far as the external perception of Lewa's rhinos. That if somebody comes here and poaches a rhino and they cut that horn off, that we can follow them night or in day. We've got tracker dogs, we've got aircraft. The rhino has got a transmitter in his horn.
This is a bit of colouring, a bit of dye, so that it goes the same colour as the horn.
It's just, essentially it's a deterrent, and that's the major thing. And our security on Lewa, we're spending money to deter people from killing rhino.